How many of you remember this guy, Tony Horton? How did he go from this fit and fabulous guy to this guy who's here in a wheelchair and then bedridden for months? Let me have him tell you what happened.
In 2017, I was knocked down by a monster of an illness. It hit me really hard, and I developed a very rare type of shingles that started in my ear and went straight into my brain. It affected my vision, my taste, my smell, my balance, everything.
It's something called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. You can't drive, you can't work out, you can't even walk.
And I was bedridden for months. There I was, a professional trainer for 30 years, and all of a sudden,
I thought, well, this is it. I thought I was special, Mr. Fitness, but in reality,
I was scared. I was scared that I would never, ever be the same. Scared I would never get strong and healthy again. Scared I would lose my independence and maybe lose my identity as to who I was.
So how many of you remember the recovery drink that Tony Horton used to recommend? Also, he worked for Beachbody, which was a company that would recommend this product, Shakeology, supposedly containing all the nutritional parts of food. Instead, you could get it in a powder. This is where I believe Tony went wrong, because he was ingesting a lot of processed chemicals, that now come in something like Kachava, just another product doing the same thing Shakeology was doing decades ago, causing the same problems to your liver and to your kidneys. And I believe that this is the problem Tony Horton ran into, which caused his rare form of Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. But I guess he doesn't learn, because now he's telling us that we need this product.
To get enough HMB to really have an effect on muscle building, you have to eat about 100 eggs. I mean, I like eggs as much as the next guy, but I can only really eat about 75 in one sitting.
So there's a reason, Tony, why we can't eat 100 eggs in one sitting. That's because the body doesn't want that amount in one sitting. It's not healthy. It throws your body out of homeostasis. The body likes to be in balance. And here's what Tony's not getting. He threw his body out of balance years ago when he was ingesting all of those recovery drinks and all of the Shakeology and supplementation he was taking for decades. But he doesn't learn. He continues on this path.
In over 50 published scientific studies, HMB has shown to help increase muscle mass, reduce muscle damage, and improve strength in adults of all ages, especially those 60 or older.
So now he's touting the published scientific studies. Well, coming from the medical industry, I'm very aware that even the prescription drug industry uses studies that are easily fudged so that they can tell you what they want you to hear. So just let me remind those of you who may have forgotten about the $26 billion settlement from the opioid crisis. Who remembers OxyContin? That was approved by the FDA and got through for about 2 decades. So the FDA is the one that's supposed to oversee big pharma and the supplement industry. But there's a big joke about the FDA, that the F in FDA, the F is silent.
The National Institutes of Health, that's the NIH, looked at how HMB performed in the human body.
So now he brings in the NIH. How many of us remember the National Institutes of Health and how they dropped the ball when it came to that virus we all had to deal with for 3 years?
The year-long clinical trial found that older adults taking a twice-daily nutrient mixture could improve and sustain muscle strength without exercise.
So, if you want to build muscle and keep your body healthy, it's probably not a good idea to eat a bunch of steak and chicken.
Did he really say that? It's probably not a good idea to eat steak and chicken? I find that very questionable. Your body knows how to deal with steak or chicken.
And because I was combining HMB plus vitamin D with a moderate amount of healthy protein, instead of eating protein-rich foods like meat and fish and chicken, I was strictly building lean muscle without putting on the extra fat.
Now here we go again. Here he's saying instead of eating meat and fish and chicken, what more would it take for him to actually learn the lesson?
Could be life-changing for millions of other people, inspired me to develop my own formula.
So here it is, man, the next generation protein powder.
Okay, so here it is, selling this protein powder to you. I think that Tony's actually a good person. I just think that he is unfortunately very misinformed. which is why he is selling you what he believes to be a healthy choice. Unfortunately, he didn't learn from his hospitalization and almost losing his life.
You need to provide your muscles with a steady supply of this stuff every day to maintain a strong physique.
In fact, to get the amount of HMB given to test subjects in most of the clinical studies, you need to consume about 600 grams of protein a day. That's about 100 eggs.
Or you could just have one scoop of Power Life's high-impact protein
and get the same strength-increasing, muscle-preserving results.
Come on, guys. Do you really think it's safe to be putting what's in 100 eggs into one scoop and for you to ingest that on a daily basis? No. That is obviously going to throw off the balance of the human body.
High-impact protein is easy on your digestive system, which is not always the case with ultra-rich protein sources like red meat, which many people have a very difficult time digesting, including me.
Well, here's another side effect of somebody ingesting so much supplementation that he's jacked up his intestines. He can't even digest red meat. Now that's got to be the biggest red flag of all, and he's still not getting it.
I say the $3 a day to get your body healthy and strong is a pretty sweet deal.
So obviously this is a sweet deal for Tony Horton to be making money off of the supplementation that he's selling you. But the reality is, guys, you don't have to buy supplements in order to lose weight and build muscle. Your body has the ability to do that. It's equipped to do that. Click the calendar link below this video and get on my schedule so that we can talk about your situation and what your options are. And I look forward to talking to you on the other side.